Am I live? I'm trying to see. Look at my channel here. All right. Yep, I am live. Is anybody out there? I've been having technical difficulties trying to go live. Yeah, so let me see. I'm going to try to use my computer to... I'm having technical difficulties. So I'm going to try to use my computer to read anybody commenting. I'm going to give a little second to see if anybody's out there. I was trying to do this before the football game. I want to catch the football game. But I also wanted to catch up. Oh, hello. How are you? God bless you. I love all your comments. Oh, there's John. God bless you too. Yeah, giving some time for people to come through. I don't know how many football fans are there out there, but I know there's like 2 important games today on who's going to end up going to the Super Bowl. But I wanted to get caught up with everybody because I am not able to produce any new videos right now. Hi, Gloria. Hello. So I might have to do maybe a weekly live. Yeah, but I want to talk a little bit what I want to be doing while I'm trying to get caught up. Yeah, so I kind of didn't know what's the best time to do a live. I don't know if weekends are better or like midweek, early evening. I don't know. Some people they just sporadically go live, but I sure would like to pick a time that I think would be the best. I don't know, Saturday mornings. I tried to do this like an hour ago, and I'm hoping I can pick some people's brains. Hi, Carol. Oh, you're driving. Hi, Lori. Oh, since the beginning. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Oh, you love my videos. Thank you. Sometimes I feel like, I don't know, I try so hard. I'm trying to find a style that would really work the best. And I might be doing some fun changes, so we'll see as I'm learning. And as you saw my last video, I was having a lot of fun with Filmora editor on a computer because I've always used the phone. But I was talking about singing on the road, and you can put these little fun things in there, so that little kind of emoji kind of thing that was kind of hysterical. So I was having a little fun with that one. So that was kind of cute. Oh, you won't be able to monitor. Okay, Carol. I don't think I'm going to be on too long because of the football. So hopefully, yeah, I'll make this more short. I'm maybe not more than 30 minutes, but we'll see how many people come on. But I need help. So I don't know who is technically smart out there, but with computer things. But I need help. Hi, Gary. I'm having trouble with my new computer, and I don't know if I've downloaded something, and that's blocking my camera. So I don't know. I need some help. I tried to use my computer, and I'm getting this message about my camera that's another application is using my camera. So I'm actually trying to read the comments on my computer. So I switched it, and I'm using my phone on a stand to actually do the live event. I was going to do it the other way around, but on my new computer, it won't let me use my camera, my webcam. It's saying that another application is using my camera. And I'm like, what is using my camera? So does anybody know what that's about? And how do I fix that? How do I trace down what's in the background that's got my camera, my webcam, and it's kind of scary. I'm not sure what that's about. So anyways, I'm not able to use my new computer. Isn't that crazy to use my webcam? I went to my settings. I didn't see anything in there, but anyway, so I don't know if anybody out there might have any advice for me. So I'm going to come back and look at comments. Who do you want to win? Oh, I don't know. Just like, I like the, I guess the only one in our district now is the Rams, you know, because I'm rooting for the Seahawks. So after the Seahawks didn't get in, I'm just kind of gonna watch it. So the Rams is really the next one in our district. So so they're need to win for our district, but I think that's one of the ones I'll be watching today, rooting for them. Let's see. There's a bright light behind me. Oh, there's a bright light behind me. Is that God? No. Okay, here, let me fix that. That's probably here. I know, because I'm really limited in what I can do. Is that better? Or it could be the bright lights from my skylights. Are the skylight windows too much? It's a cloudy day, but it's raining. Is that better? I know we're gonna have to work with this, but I'm hoping somebody can help me with my computer situation, so I probably get my computer to work. So John, no, I got a Dell, so I have a Dell computer. I did download, I was trying to do a thumbnail maker, and I'm rid of that because I'm not going to be using that, and maybe that's got my computer camera. And I did download another kind of software thing to actually create things. And so I might get rid of that. I think it's called InfoView or something like that. So I wonder if they are what's got my webcam in the background of that software. So whatever it is that I downloaded on my computer. So those were the two big ones. Now I have Filmora, but I can't get rid of Filmora because Filmora is my main editor now. I'm trying to incorporate using more of my computer to do my editing. So maybe Filmora has the camera, you know, but I got to have it there, but there's got to be a way to maybe switch it. I don't know. So this is all new. So this is something that I did not have on my other computer, was an Acer. And I never was doing any editing on my computer. It was always done on my phone. So I do have the Filmora editor software program on my computer. So it could be any one of those three that are, you know, the two I can get rid of, but not Filmora. So maybe it's that has, I don't know, but I know other people use their computer like to meander. I know they use their computer to do editing, but I don't know what they're using as their main, you know, live device. So I don't know. I may have to always use my phone, so we'll see. So anyways, no, so it's not a MacBook. Hi, Fred. Did I miss something? Oh, is there a bright light? Good advice, Cuddle Daisy. What was the advice? Did I miss something? Hello. There's a bright light. I see a bright light behind. Oh, Google another application. Google another application using your camera and check out things that show up. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. because, yeah, I mean, it can only be, I think, those three sources. Remember, you have to go in and actually uninstall. I agree with Cuddled. Actually uninstall, but I don't want to uninstall my Femora. I really don't. There's got to be a way, maybe in that setting, maybe that, here's an idea. Maybe I can go to Femora, if it's Femora. The other two I can get rid of because I really don't think I'm going to use them. But maybe if I look in my settings in Femora, maybe there's something in there that might have a turn on or turn off for my camera. And maybe they've actually attached themselves to the camera. I don't know. How about that? That's a thought. Not that one, the other two. Anyways, yeah, I hope I can get to the bottom of it. I'm always, I'm doing better, but I'm technically challenged of a lot of these things, but I have learned a lot from Kent. I mean, if it wasn't for him, I don't think I'd be where I am today. So, yeah, so I'm so appreciative of everything I have learned so far. How was Milo today? I hope I can talk about it. Yeah, and I don't want to bring everybody down, but I love my little boy, and I'm really concerned whether he's going to make it this year or even half the year. Yeah, he's really having trouble with his rear end, but I do know how. I had a dog. I've had a lot of dogs. I don't know, there's probably a reason why I get these animals that always have these rare conditions, And so let's talk about my little dog past history. My first dog was a Brussels Griffon. Actually, no, I take that back. He's my first Brussels Griffon. But my first dog was a German Shepherd, Kayla. And then 10 months later, I got another German Shepherd. Okay, they're 8 months apart, but you have to wait 2 months before you, the puppy has to be 2 months old before they'll release a puppy. So I wanted her to have a companion because she had a lot of energy, and I was going to be going back to work, and I knew she was going to need a companion. So I get another German Shepherd. His name was Sully. Okay. And then I watched this movie called As Good as It Gets, with Jack Nicholson and Helen Hunt. And there was this cute little dog in that movie that I just said, oh my gosh, what is that breed? So I had to research the breed. And from then on, I've been in love with the Brussels Griffon. So I get my first Brussels Griffon, Brody. So he was a year younger than them. So I had 3 seniors very close apart, okay, later on as they grew up. So I had 3 seniors as they grew older, because in real life, they were like, so one was like, I don't know, at that time, let's just pick the senior year because that comes to my mind. So as they grew old, I had 11-year-old, 11-and-a-half-year-old, 11-year-old, and then the 10-year-old. So they're like so close together in age that I end up losing them really close together. So never do that again. But as they aged, they came down with these incredible rare things, especially Brody had necrotizing encephalitis. So that was a pug dog encephalitis. So that means in the thalamus part of his brain, which is the main communicator to the other part of his body and everything, was dying. Basically, the cells in that area of his brain was dying. So I lost him to that rare brain disease. Okay. And Kayla ended up coming down at 10 years old. So she lived 10.5. So another year beyond that point, with a condition that dogs get called degenerative myelopathy. Okay, so they start to lose the feeling in the rear end of their body. So everything else works, but it's kind of like multiple sclerosis that humans get. Okay. So she had that, but she also had 3 spots on her liver, I found out, and that's how I lost her because of that condition, but not so much the deterioration of the degenerative myelopathy, even though she was progressing. But because of that, I learned a lot about motor skills and checking the motor skills of a dog. I worked with a specialist out here in Portland. So if you're ever in Portland or you ever need to get to a dog that it needs I mean, I don't think there's too many doctors in our country. I think there's maybe more now, but back then there really wasn't. I lost them, and gosh, I can't even remember now because I'm trying to keep my dates and everything. Gosh, when did I lose them? It was in the 2008. Yeah, 2008. So that's when he was born. So anyway, so she's like one of the best in the country. She specializes in dogs that have, these kind of uh, conditions, or they get hurt in sports, or they have motor skill problems and things like that. She does hydro uh, therapy, like water treadmill for dogs. I mean, she's amazing, all the things that I've learned working with her, with my German Shepherd and my other German Shepherd, Sully, who ended up blowing out all of his knees. Okay, a lot of knee surgeries and a lot of other conditions. So anyway, so she's like the best. So I know how to check, and I'm doing that with Milo, where I put him on a table, and then you take their paws and you just kind of put them up, like up on top of their toes, and then you watch how quickly they bring their foot back to a normal position. So I'm constantly now checking his reflexes. That's how you do it on a dog. And even my primary veterinarian, but he's not close by, but he's like one of the best. I've had him for over 20 years. This guy is amazing. He's also helped diagnose dogs with rare conditions through blood work and through, he's just amazing. I just love this guy. So I'm going to get over to him soon and work on an appointment and have him look at him. But in the meantime, I've learned so much from my past experience working with dogs. As you guys know, I'm also a former dog trainer. For 16 and a half years, I worked professionally with dogs. I was a former dog groomer, sorry. So dogs have been my career for almost 20 years. So Milo's in good hands. So I'm always checking his reflexes. The morning he's not so good, but then as time goes on, he's a little better, but he still can't walk as much as he used to. So that is concerning to me. Okay. So, but he's not showing any signs of stress. He's still laying comfortably in the back. So I'm watching signs for that, because that's how I lost my German Shepherd, my Mel, is could no longer keep him comfortable. And that's when I realized I had to let him go. He was on the maximum pain meds you can put a dog on without going to ones that keep him dopey, and I'm not going to do that. So he was on Remedal and Tramadol. Milo's on meloxicam and Tramadol. I will not put a dog on a medication that's going to keep him so doped up, those kind, because then they have no quality of life. If the quality of life is no longer there, then I will have to make that choice. And I've always done and been fair to all of my dogs, because their well-being comes before my emotional attachment to them. I have to be fair to him, but I'm being realistic. Okay, it's day by day. I'm enjoying every moment with him. We go for our walks. I'm hoping he'll strengthen his legs as I can get him out a little bit more, but but I don't know. I am concerned whether he'll get past the summer because he'll be 11 years old. But keep him in your prayers. I know it's really God's timing, and I know the look to look in their eyes too. There's a light in their eyes. There's a brightness in their eyes. They have a tendency to let you know too when the suffering is far more than their quality of life. I didn't take that too far, but anyways, I wanted you to know a little bit of my history, how I know how to check for reflexes because my dog being having degenerative myelopathy, so she was losing her ability to pick up her feet from that condition. So yeah, so and his situation is far different than that, but anyways, I know how to check the motor skills of definitely a rear end of a dog. Okay, so I better get to stuff here. um all right, so good advice. Let's see, how's Milo? Blessings, Irene. Hi, Catherine. Can pets get a stroke? I survived at least one. um Okay, so it looks like I didn't get too many. I thought I had more than this coming through. Okay. Yes, dogs can have a stroke. um, I believe when Brody had that brain thing going on, he walked into a room and he kind of like came in staggering and he was a little kind of, ooh, he didn't seem right. And he actually fell over. Okay. And but he didn't do the paddling, because some dogs can even do the paddling and everything, and they're going through a stroke, kind of like a epilepsy type thing. And so he kind of did that, and I thought, what the heck? And I thought maybe he choking on something, and that's when I got him up, and I was checking down his throat, and I was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? What's going on? And then when he came out of it, he was a little loopy and everything, and he was a little unstable, but he came out of it. So that was the first sign that something was going on. Okay. And I don't remember how much after that period of time when I started figuring out more and more that something was wrong with him. And then um, he actually, the weird thing is he lost sight on one of his eyes, and I could tell he was kind of missing the step of the stairs coming off my bed. I would come in to give him his medicine, and if I came in from one side of him, he was like he wasn't seeing me. So I started making a connection that something was going on with his eyes, an eye, just one side, but not the other side. So I did some testing on my own, because I know how to test for ears and I know how to test if something's going on with their eyes. So then I took him to an eye specialist, and she's the one who, I was barely in her office when she said, he's got something going on with his brain. And so when the brain was actually, the cells were deteriorating in the thalamus part of his brain. um, your optic nerves, as you know, they crisscross, in through the brain. So the left goes, and then the right. So it was actually that one side that was kind of affecting his eyesight. So she thought either he had a cortex lesion or something going on, or he had a stroke or something. So anyway, so I took him to then the next step, a specialist back then, and they did an MRI on him. And that's when they found out from that specialist what was happening to his brain. And she gave me 1 day to 1 year left with him. And so, yeah, it was crazy. But he lived a year. So he really did. Yeah, and no other seizures until the big one that took him. So he went through a big seizure. But my vet, um, you know, um, gave me medicine on hand, knowing what was going to happen. It was diazepam, so I was to inject diazepam in him to calm everything down until I could get him and get him, um, you know, euthanize. So we were ready. We had a plan in action. That's why I love my vet. He always knows, you know, what could happen. A, B. I mean, we were on it. We were able to take care of him and ease him into that transition. So amazing vet. I love my vet. Um, yeah. So So anyways, that all went well for him. But yeah, they can go through just about anything we can go through. Yeah, well, I'm glad you survived. Yeah, your stroke, absolutely. Hello, first time. Let's see, self camper van, and this is got you live. Hope you're all from UK. Well, welcome from the UK. Wow. Remember, if you're here, 14 watching, put the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I guess this is turning out, I said catching up video, I guess we're talking dogs, aren't we? I've been through a lot with dogs. I really have. And I really think it helped me to be at that time, because I was a dog trainer. I don't think anything in life happens without a reason. And then I also feared that I was going to lose 3 of my dogs at one time. And how was I going to get through that? And I did. I did lose 3. I lost my female shepherd and my Brody, my Griff, within 3 weeks apart. So, I mean, I was dealing with Brody when I lost him, when Kayla was going down from that. I believe she had cancer in the liver from those spots that they had found on her liver a year before that. And she went down very quickly. And so then I was putting her to sleep. And then 3 months later, I lost my male shepherd. So I got through it. It was definitely a tough time, but Milo helped. Right when I got Milo was when I was putting my male shepherd down a couple of days later. So Milo really helped me to get going, because you go, how can you survive that and so close together? But by having a puppy, because I still had Buster and another Griff, Millie, okay? And, but, when you have a puppy, it's different than when you have older dogs. They force you to get up. They force you that you got to move. You got to get going. You can't be stuck in depression or sadness, because they need you. So he was my saving grace. I had to get up, take him out. He had training. I had to teach him, things. And he was just a little bitty little thing. He was like 1.9 pounds at 10 weeks when I got him. He was wearing little ferret harnesses, it was the only thing that would fit him, until he could graduate to a cat harness, and then to possibly a small dog, right? So he was that tiny. He was barely 4 pounds at 5 months old. He was just an itty bitty little thing. It was crazy. Yeah, so, but also another crazy weird thing is my female Griff. I lost her when she was 7 years old. She had cancer in the mouth like a year and a half before that, and then later we believe it kind of went to her bones, and she ended up getting thrombocytopenia. I hope I said that right. It's always a mouthful. But basically, we believe, again, I didn't do any further testing beyond the point of them figuring out that this rare, or this, cancer of the bone marrow basically would attack the blood. Her blood was no longer coagulating, and she was bleeding out internally and everywhere. And so she went down very quickly. 1 week I had her, the next week she was gone. I had to put her to sleep, because that wasn't a life. She would need blood transfusions, maybe even 2 of them. And then even then, that kind of condition, she could bleed out. She was like a bleeder at that point. And it wasn't a life for a dog, and I had to let her go. So I've been through a lot of rare things. I've been through a lot with my dogs, I really have. But I think they make you a stronger person. They made me a better trainer. They helped me to be help other people, my students, because we all started losing our senior dogs. I had people that had took my class when they had puppies. We all of our dogs grew old at the same time. And so I was there to be an emotional support for them because I'd been through it. And then we all, like, I got Milo, and then all my past students would come through again, and so they came back through with their new puppies. And so, it's a cycle of life. It's a cycle of life. And I definitely grew from that experience. I really did, and made me a heck of a stronger person. So I think that's what life's about. All right. So, um, yeah, she said, Catherine, yes, dogs can have strokes. Absolutely. Hi, Leanne. Glad to see you. Glad you're here. Oh, thumbs up. Yeah, everybody, thumbs up. I guess it's turning about dog. I should have titled it dogs. We're talking about dogs. Oh, I'm so glad. Canine therapy. Yes. Oh, shoot. I did not realize this was live. Yes. Hey, she's a dog trainer. So we're talking about dog trainers, or dog training and dogs, behavior. Yeah, she's a dog trainer in Washington, if anybody's up in that area. Yeah, I miss dog training. I think one of the puppy classes were my favorite. Oh my gosh, it was just so adorable. And and then you're always sympathetic with the new puppy owners, like, this is my new puppy, because what they're going through, they think that it's like rare or whatever. Oh, the puppy's doing this. Oh, my puppy's doing that. And it's like overwhelming for them. But really, it's common puppy behavior. It just can be sometimes challenging, and then also cute too, but it comes with its challenges. But really, where comes your expertise is dealing with the older dogs, obviously, the older problems, and all those behavior things that and aggression, I think, and probably she can vouch for me. I mean, dealing with a dog aggression is probably the toughest in the dog world, and dealing with that. Yeah. So, but it's very rewarding career. I really miss it. And but our journeys in life take us a different direction, right? Yucky weather here in CT. Major storm was. Oh, Lori, you were an obedience trainer. Oh no, wait. Yucky here. Major storm. I was an obedience trainer with my first husband. Wow, so many of us have this connection. Wow, Lori, that is so cool. With your first husband. So you're no longer doing that anymore? Or are you doing it a part-time or a little bit, or just totally gave it up? I might have to give up dog training or find another place to live. I can't afford to keep doing it here in in Seattle. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what you could do with that. I mean, I'm physically challenged, so I know I couldn't keep down there crawling with the dogs, and yeah. It's just really it was too much. But I'm trying to think. You can't afford to keep it up here. How about some people do dog walking. I mean, that I really thought if I could really add to I wanted to start my own dog training business, and I did for a little bit, but I didn't stick with it because I really felt that staying with the company I worked for was better because I had benefits and I had everything. But if I was to continue to do my own business, I was Canine Positive Solutions, but I didn't stick with it. Is dog walking. So I don't know if you could think about looking into dog walking, because there is a huge, not only doggy daycares, those got huge in organ, you know. And but dog walking, they make incredible. So maybe adding to it. I don't know if you thought about that. Um, Dog walkers make tremendous, because people have to work, they have dogs, they don't want, maybe they have dogs that they can't put in a doggy daycare, but they don't always have time to walk their dogs. So maybe adding that. Even dog cleanup, like people come in and they clean the, you know, dog's poop out of the backyard. That is a big one today's world. So I don't know if you thought about adding to your career. That might bring in a little bit more of a revenue for you. And trying to think, but, and of course, dog pet sitting business, pet sitters. I had a dog pet sitter that used to come to my house. And boy, she was always busy all year round, and she could set up when she wanted to take a client or not. She was my regular, you know, she would, because I wanted to keep my dogs in their familiar setting and surroundings. And so she would come to my house twice a day. They make a lot of money. So have you thought about that? Doing that kind of, adding that to your business, because that is a great way of making more money. Okay, Catherine, my brother's dog got top. Okay, oh nice, that one. When he went to celebrate, so came home to discover the dog had, oh no, eaten their futon, right? Yeah, I bet. No, oh, you had kids. Oh, Lori, is that what it was? Okay, so now you had to take care of kids. Hi, Julie. Hi, Julie Tooley. How are you, sweetie? Or I'd have to go to digital, but I'm not technicky. Okay, but what about the dog walking? I don't know if I haven't scrolled down enough if you answered that question, but I'll keep scrolling. But dog walkers, I'm telling you, if I was able to do the walking, but my spine, and I have spinal condition and neuropathy, and then I developed arthritis in my hips, so I can't do that walking that is required for dog walking, but they make good money. I researched it. That was many years back, but oh my gosh, I think that was back, I don't know, 2010, before everything happened to me, like 2010. Let's see. Sorry if I have to bend down to look a little bit for the comments here. That's why I like to use my phone, because I can have it right here and reverse this. So hopefully I can figure out who's got my webcam hostage. Let's see. In my area, doggy, I love the idea of dog training. Yes. Dog walking too. Almost as much, if not more than regular daycare is ridiculous. Yes. When I'm not traveling, I walk dogs. Oh, at my local animal shelter. Yeah, I did that I went through the animal behavior college, and in order to do that, I had to volunteer at so many hours at a shelter. So we actually trained dogs at the shelter, and we also were walking the dogs, and it was a very, very rewarding. Yes. Good suggestions, brainstorming. Okay. Yeah, I think you just need to add more to your, what you're doing to bring in, so your revenue isn't in one place. I think definitely canine therapy. So I think if you do that, that could definitely, and then sometimes you can even do deals. Like if you actually walk someone's dog, maybe you give them a discount for their dog training, incorporate the two, but you also have them separate for revenue, but also what you can do in together. Like I was a dog groomer, so I actually thought, well, maybe I could do dog walking and grooming and groom their pets. But again, my body was just falling apart, and I just couldn't do all of that. I just really can't. Some days I can move faster in the morning, some days I can. And as my body deteriorated, Yeah, you can't do that because you have to be reliable. That's the one thing if you do dog walking or because you're committing your services. And and yeah, it can't be dependent on how somebody feels. You have to be there. And another thing too, canine therapy, what other people do, and there's actually if you get into like pet sitting, there is pet sitters, uh, what am I trying to think of, like a website, that they group, or pet, gosh, I'm brain dead today. What is it? It's a pet sitters association thing. So maybe joining that as well, because that will get your name out there if you do that. Now I don't know if Seattle has this, but Portland has it's portlandpooch.com. It's kind of like where everybody comes into one area to list doggy services. So you might see if the Seattle area has something like that, but Portland has the Portland Pooch. I'm sure it's still going. It was like incredible. Everybody was linked together with all of their services, whether they did in-home, in-home care, or they went to their home, or whether they did dog walking, or whatever those services were, they would come together into one site. So you might see if Seattle has something like that. I'm keep trying to brainstorm anything that comes to my mind to help with that. Hi, Deborah. Good to see you. Oh, yes, in real time. I know pretty soon I've got to talk about what I originally wanted to talk about so it doesn't go too long about dogs. I'm sure Fred probably left because he has a cat, and we're talking dog stuff. Maybe if you factor reset it, okay. I'd hate to do that. I just got my computer and I've loaded that program. Yeah, Milo is not better, not worse. But I didn't talk about him, and so maybe when we end this, you could go back and listen to the first part of this, because I go into a little more detail about Milo. But he's not better, not worse. But I am concerned because his age, and he'll be 11 this summer. So I'm trying to talk to Kent about getting a puppy though. So when we get back together, I can even help him with a puppy or a dog, And I said, yeah, let's, talk about, I'll go half with him, and then we could share a little bit, like maybe it's more his dog, but then, I would be a part of it too, when we're together. I mean, because a lot of things we have together and we have apart, but definitely I'm trying to get him to work on that, because my breed, I would never do another Griffon on the road, because any push nose breed, as you know, they get hypothermia, and hypothermia too easy. They're very sensitive to the extreme changes, and he's pretty sure going to get another cattle dog, so they're hardy, and he's always had good luck with them, so I'm pretty sure that's what he'll look at doing. So I'm trying to help him in that way. He's been looking. I help to look a little bit in the area where he's at. I mean, I could always look. I think we have a really big shelter out here on Columbia, and it's way in Portland, but way, I'd have to drive probably a couple hours to get there, but it'd be worth it, because that's the one I volunteered at. And they have 4 quadrums, they call it quadrums, but 4 sections of dogs and everything. So that might be something. Maybe I could also help them, but I wonder if something happened to my connection. Okay, hopefully it'll come. It's showing it buffering here, so you lost the feed. Okay. Okay, is it back yet? Let me see on my phone. Okay, back. Am I back? It's good now. Whew. I don't know which problem it was, there or here. My phone is behind. behind there, but I just got a text from Kent, so he's probably saying game is on, you know, because we text each other watching the game, so that's what we do. Yeah, so he's probably saying good morning because we say good morning by noon. He's nocturnal like me, so but I've been getting up a little bit earlier than you know I used to. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I'm glad. Okay, let me go back. Yeah, and I'll touch on John a little bit, ham radio. Let me just catch up. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I'll have to think. If I was to reset my computer, all I could think about is everything I've already uploaded and downloaded, sorry, on my computer, and all my clips, and I don't know. Yeah, but that'll be my last resort, but let's hope I don't have to do that. Lori, you had it for 15 years? Yeah. I love pugs, and also Frenchies. I love the push. It's going to be push nose dogs, and I always wanted a French bulldog, and but in this lifestyle it just isn't going to work. But you remember how much Rocky loved me. Oh my gosh, I loved Rocky. We had such a connection in such a short amount of time, and that dog had I'm glad I was able to capture Rocky's personality before he passed away. I really was. I really saw that. I was able to show that comical part of him. He's just cute. Okay. So yes, Angela Ann YouTube site. She pet sits to earn money. So Sunshine, she went to people's houses. Yes. And you know what? Canine Therapy, I emailed her and I got some information about her and who she goes through. So I will forward some information that she gave me to you, and because she does it mobily and how she does it. So I will communicate to you through a organization that she works with on that mobile pet service kind of thing that she did the pet scene and doing it while she's mobile. So I have your email, so I will do that for you. Okay. Yeah, glad it wasn't just okay. So did you hear? Yeah, I hope I'm glad you're still here. I wasn't sure if you were still here. So I will get that information to you because I did ask her about it, quality went way down, but okay. Am I still the quality down? I know I'm going through, the phone is Verizon, but where I'm seeing the feed, this is through the AT&T hotspot on my computer. And yeah. Shadows battling. Oh, good. You didn't leave us, Fred, because we were talking about cats for so long. Yes, but the odd. Okay, good. All right, so I guess 14, I'm losing people, and I know the game's about to start, but people can come back and watch this. So as you all know, everything I went through with that, from the time I got to Oregon is like blam, 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 right? One thing hit, another thing hit. My van broke down, had to deal with the fuel pump issue, and they had my van for so long, and my fuel filter and fuel pump, the roommate situation that was kind of going bad quickly, everything, and trying to get out of there, the drama that was going on there. Oh my gosh. And why I put that out there, I'm not a lover of drama. I'm really not, but I've always tried to be real. And I put that out there because I always thought, I knew when I went on the road, I had medical issues. I have to take medications. I have to work with doctors, do this lifestyle. And then I also thought I could always get a roommate, right? When I can't move. And boy, did that end in crazy. I mean, and I should have known that, because if you watch my earlier videos when I first started out, I was in a roommate situation, and that ended bad because she got married basically, and her son was home from college, and she was pushing me to get out, and I totally get it. And and the last thing she wanted, is another woman around her new husband, and things like that. So I mean, I totally get it. And then with the 2 dogs that I had at that time, but it's just she could have been more patient with me as I was trying to get out. And so that kind of ended in a bad way. But even though most of it wasn't horribly bad, but it wasn't like 100% perfect either. And this was like far beyond anything I would ever expect. Okay. So, but boy, did that kill my, like, okay, I could always get a roommate, situation. Not good. So I just wanted people to realize, because if you hit this road and you have medical issues, and if you ever thought the way I thought, what a reality check in my world. And so I actually am finding the RV, staying in an RV park much more pleasurable, even though I had reservations about that, because I heard some of them can be really bad, and I don't know. But so far, this one here has been very nice, very peaceful, maybe because it's a little more money than some of them, and that might be a consideration, but also that I'm lucky I have a van I can plug in. If I didn't have a van I could plug in, RV van, then the RV park would be totally out. So that's something to keep in mind. If you have disabilities and you're thinking of hitting the road, and you ever get in a situation where you can't travel, and you're thinking you're going to boondock forever, that's a reality check. So I just wanted it to be real. I wanted the ups and the downs, and because I wanted you guys to see what could happen. And maybe that will determine in the future, or changing rig, what kind of rig do you have? Or because the reality could be is you may get in a situation for whatever reason where you can't be rolling. And what are you going to do? Because when you're on BLM land and forest land, as some of you may know, you have to move every 14 days. And when you're trying to get from point A to point B, if it takes you more than a day to get there, you're going to have to be able to roll, and to be able to roll, and then, and then sit for 14 days. And there's those periods. So if there's that period where you can't do something like that, what a reality check. So I'm glad I have a van that can get plugged in, but I also have a 98-year van, and I found out in a couple RV parks they don't take rigs my age. So an age factor can also be a consideration on how many even RV parks you're going to go into, whatever type of RV, whether you have a classy trailer, van, So again, my channel is a mixture of people, but I do focus on some disability issues sometimes. And I know the people that don't have disabilities might not understand why I want to talk about it sometimes, or I need to, because I do have followers that do have those issues. And so this is just something that I just wanted everybody to realize that this could happen. And it happened to me. Okay. It worked out in the end, but it was just a reality check about the roommate situation that I don't know. I don't ever really want to ever go that route ever again. Okay. And I've got some other plans I'm talking to Kent about. We'll see if it goes through, but I really want to change my domicile too. I want Arizona to be my domicile. I want to be working on that in the next year or more, whatever time it takes for me to pull that off. I would like that to happen. Yeah. And if I do, it'll be in higher elevation areas, mountainy kind of, there's all kinds of forests and things like that in Arizona. There's the Coconino National Forest, the Tonto National Forest. There's other, you don't have to be down in lower desert areas. So there's areas where I'm really considering that would not be triple digits in the summer. Still might be a little cold in the winter, but it's a dry cold, not a wet cold. This wet is really a challenge. It really is when you have physical disabilities. Okay. So I want to get back to seeing. Shadow. Okay, good. Oh, hi, Tina. Oh, yeah, glad I'm in a yeah, good place. Thank you. Room renters should have their own bathroom, kitchen separate, right? But that doesn't always, yeah, should not have to live with strangers and interact like family. I know, because you're not going to interact like family. Yeah. So anyway, so because of everything too that I've had to go through, and landing here, I've gotten behind on some important things that I am here to take care of, like getting a primary doctor, having to have some follow-up tests, things like that before getting back on the road. And so I've been creating little bits of clips of here and there and over, and over at the water, but I'm really slow right now and trying to get new footage put together, but I also want to get the past footage of my travels and Oregon. So those are for the nature lovers. I know I may lose my subscribers are dropping again, and it always happens, if you don't stay current and you don't put things out there in current. That's why I hope to do a little more live feeds. So hopefully I don't lose everybody through this transition, but I do want to get some really incredible places that I got to see here in Oregon. From the time I made like this last video, I just get back into Oregon, right? Before the Oregon Jamboree. So I want to get that out because I got to see some incredible places, and I don't want to just throw that footage out there. Yeah, it's in the summer, but hey, if you're in a really cold, place right now, maybe we could appreciate, summer's coming and look at some summer videos, right? So anyways, so it's there for those that want to see it. I know there's not a lot of views on them, when I do that, but that's okay. But I really think that I want to get them out there for those or nature lovers, because I got to go to all kinds of cool places, and yeah. So anyways, you'll just have to see. And so anyway, so while this is going on, I'll try to get some current stuff out, like how am I staying warm, things that I've done about the floor, because people don't talk about that cold. We've had some below 30 degrees at times. We warmed up now again, and we're going to warm up a little bit more next week. But we did have some periods of some cold spells that people don't talk about when you get into vehicles like this, that if your floor isn't somewhat insulated, or you don't have a way to make it insulated, that cold is going to come up through the bottom. And you're going to feel cold, because remember, heat rises. So the heat is up here, but you're right. We sit, our feet are here, and you got to come up with a way so that cold doesn't come through so much onto your feet. Because if your feet are cold, your hands are cold, your head, that's why I wear hats, you're going to feel it through your whole body. So you need to keep those areas as warm as possible when you're dealing with cold, okay? And especially a damp cold. And I mentioned that in one of my videos, and the moisture changes in the air depending on, right, what's going on outside. So sometimes it'll feel a little warmer, and other times I don't care. I try, I've got it 75 degrees in here, but it feels like it's 60 degrees because of there's those moisture, dampness in the air. Even though I'm pretty cushy, I'm plugged in and I have a nice little radiator heater going, but that's how that cold can just feel in the air. So I'm going to talk about what I do on my flooring pretty soon. So I will have some things coming, but I just need everybody's patience while I'm rebooting. I mean, I went through a couple of months of some hard stuff, and I didn't put everything out there that I go through with that roommate. I really didn't. She was just she was just emotionally abusive. She really was. And I was like, I'm done. I'm out of here. So you don't even know everything that I went through with that lady. I couldn't talk to any male person that came over and was looking to as a roommate. Now, obviously, she wasn't there. It was a different story, if she was gone to Baja, but that never happened. I was like, get to Baja, go to Baja, get out of here. But when guys would come over to just look at the place and they would be asking me questions, because the one guy came in and he saw, I was saying, look, my room can be available and I could go to the smaller room. And he saw my computer was open with my hotspot, and I quickly put my computer down because I'm real private about what I'm working on. And he goes, oh, what do you do? How are you making your computer work? And I talked about my hotspot, but I tried to be brief about it because if I talk too long, she'd get all bent out of shape because she had to be the center of attention and also the only one that had any knowledge. She could not even, she would not allow me to say anything because she's the only one who could know anything. I can't know anything, right? And so, that's how bad it was. And so I tried to be brief. I tried to get the guy back over to her. Why don't you talk to her? She's got all the knowledge about what's going to work in this house. Mine is for more mobile life, and I tried to, and he wanted to make a note, and he picked up his phone to make a note, and then later on, boy, she was in one of those moments, I'm telling you, and she just reamed on me and, about talking to him and taking up all the time. And I tried to make it brief. And I said, did you not see that I tried to conversation quickly and get him back over onto you? I was just trying to show the room. Yeah, it was awful. I just could, I don't even want to go into all of the horror stories. And that's when this has just got to be done, she was, yeah, psycho. Psycho. So anyway, so I went through a lot and it took me time to just reboot, just kind of physically, emotionally. And now I have to work more on this doctor stuff and, so I can get back on the road. I can only be here until April. The end of April, May. They don't do monthly RV rates here. There are some people that get to be here all year round, but I'm not in one of those spots. So I only have until April, and then I have to be out of here. So I really want to work hard to take care of the things and reasons why I'm here. And make that relationship with a new doctor, get my refill prescriptions. And even then, I'm not sure how I'm going to work out it being on the road because I might not get the longer term refills. So I'm going to try to tell her, look, I want to relocate to Arizona, so I need these longer stretches while I'm doing a lot of research to eventually change my home state, and hopefully that will give me a longer duration of meds. I also had a friend that went to Algodones. The guy that I bought the van from is a good friend of mine. So I gave him the list of my meds, and he goes down there twice a year to get his meds. And we found out that the meds that I am taking, I can get them in Algodones. So that is a huge relief for me, that I don't have to be married to a doctor here in Oregon in my future. And I'm going to be working on that. I need to work on getting a passport. So there's lots of things to work on this in my world. And this is a reality for people that have to take medications and you're on the road. Okay. And I'm getting it out there because so you maybe through the things that I'm going through, you'll be able to be better equipped for things that could end up coming your way. Okay. So, with that in mind, let me come back and look. Um, okay. So, hi, Nancy. Hello. um, Irene, are you going to talk about video delays? Yes. So I'm kind of working on that. So anyway, so just the video delays will be, you know, I'm going to be releasing some of, like I said, the past videos while I may not be putting as many new ones out. You know, it might be every couple of weeks or something as I show the video, I mean the RV park. I will be showing, like I said, the flooring, how I keep warm, you know, a little bit more kind of current, but the current stuff may not be as much as it's been. Maybe more live chats, okay? And I think that might be, I'm trying to think that might be more doable. Maybe if I do it weekly, and hopefully everybody, any new people, how many do I have? 24 now, that you will put, I don't know, what's a better time, a weekend, a Sunday, Saturday morning versus our weeknight, because weeknight, remember, we're in different time zones. So, you know, if I start at 5, it could be 8 somewhere else, and 5 may be too early for the Pacific coast people, right? So I'm thinking maybe Saturday or a Sunday, I don't know, might work better. So kind of keep that in mind or in the comments, and I'll keep looking on. I could do that while I'm trying to take care of all of this other important stuff that I'm here, because now I may be trying to get a passport while I'm here. That wasn't on my list, but it's another option. It's a good option for me to get my meds. And really, I mean, incredibly cheap. I mean, incredibly cheap. It's yeah, wow. And I would probably team up with a person, like I know my friend, you know, that I got the van from goes down there twice a year. So maybe I can team up with other people in Arizona that are down there, my friends that would be willing to go to Algodones with me. I don't know of Kent, because, you know, the thing that I'm considerate with Kent is Kent has a lot of stuff, as you know, on his vehicle. He's not set up to be parking his rig places and leaving his rig and things like that. He's got a lot of things on the exterior of his rig, and you know, so this is why I'm hoping to come up with other people that are willing in the future. And it's a good time for me to catch up with a friend, hang out with a friend, camp for a little bit, you know, because even though you're together with somebody, you still got to have some time to apart with your friend. You got to have that balance. Like I've got my interest, he has his interest with the ham radio. We understand that with each other. And so that's why I think we're good and we balance each other out, because we're not demanding so much. And so there's no way I would even want him to put his rig anywhere in a parking lot, trying to get it, like going with me and trying to go over to Algodones and then come back. He's not in that kind of rig setup, okay, to be able to do that. And he's got too much on the exterior, as you guys know, to lose. And so I hope that makes sense. Okay, why, if anybody go, well, why wouldn't Kent go with you? That's the reason why I would not let him do that with his rig. Okay, and yeah, and yeah, just not doable. Okay, so I've been watching the weather in Flagstaff, and it says cool like Seattle, but it says a lot of sunnier. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that would, and Flagstaff is way smaller. You'd have to be somewhere, I don't know, probably out in the outskirts of Phoenix, really, but be outside of Phoenix, but then in an area where you could come in and out, because that's bigger. Tucson, I actually really like Tucson. I was eyeing Tucson a little bit, going, you know, but you'd have to Google and um, see, yeah, but they can get hot triple digits though. They're hot in the summer. A good amount of time where Flagstaff would be better. But yeah, so that's the problem is a lot of those other towns are way smaller out there in Arizona. What year is my rig? It's a 98, Lori. Um, you have RSD, neuropathy, PSTD. So want to go to AZ. Yeah, really AZ. I do far better in Arizona. I really do. I just got to work on some plans to move there permanently. Nancy, you're from Massachusetts? Oh, my mom is from Massachusetts. I hope I pronounce it right. My dad was from the state of Vermont, but they're from back east. So yeah, and she hung out, lived a lot in Ethel, you know. It's good to see you. Okay, you have to run, Julie. Nice for you to pop in. Um, would I ever visit the East Coast? I don't think so. I think it's too far away, and yeah, for me to travel that far, I really do. And and then also depends on my med situation. I'm still don't know where I'm going to stand yet, and with a new doctor and that fun stuff that's going to come with this. And then while I'm hoping to work out maybe getting some of the meds through algodonas. So I don't know. I just think it's so far away. I really don't see myself getting out of the western states or anytime soon. um, and that's just some of the things I have to accept because of the type of disabilities that I'm struggling with, right? Um, yeah, don't you just love Julie's little gentle videos? You are, your true followers got your back. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I know I lose people and sometimes, or, because of my past videos, and but yeah, that just happens, right? And not staying always current. But muddy and wet. Oh, wet and muddy. Yeah. Beautiful day in Denver. Oh wow. So Cuddle San Daisy, you're in Denver. Yeah, you've got patience, dear heart. Yeah, I have to be. Um, Oh, I was also wondering if you got your birth. Yes, I did, Sunshine. Yes, I got my delayed registration of birth. So, and for some of you that might be new to my channel, that was one of my long delays, a 2-year struggle because they did not record my birth. They had my sisters, but not me. And I had to create a delayed registration of birth, But now with knowing that I can get some meds and algodonas, right? Now I got to work on getting a passport. But I actually heard, I don't know, keep prayers going, that to even get a passport with a delayed registration of birth may have a challenge. I'm not positive. I have to research that a little bit more, but let's hope there aren't any huge, hurdles to get through over that factor. But I hope not, but that's kind of what I heard, but we'll see. So, you know, um, but one day at a time, one hurdle at a time, right? Um, Good question. Yeah. So I literally tears. I mean, when my friend checked my box and she sent me a picture of it, and and I got it, and I was like, oh. So I got a couple copies. She's got a copies, actually, my friend, still in her. She has a safe at her house. So she's got my other two copies there, which I do have a safe deposit box at a bank in my old hometown area. So I need to get those from her and get those eventually there. And yeah, so and yeah, but it's just I'm very protective. I bought three copies, and of course they do keep an original now on record with my state of birth. So I don't think I'll ever have to go through anything like that again, but I just wanted to cover all grounds. um yeah, hit the like button, she's saying. I mean, yeah, who would think somebody would, I don't know, have to go through that with not having their birth recorded? Isn't that crazy? Yeah, Sunday afternoon now. Football is coming on to a close. Yes, we're going to have to end this soon so everybody can watch the football. Sundays works for you anytime. Sunday works. Okay, depending on how you live, if you have something to say. Yeah, the lives stay up. So yes, very, very true. Yes. Okay, good. Yeah, everybody's wondering if I got my birth straightened out. Hi, Fortunate Adventures. Check her out. She's so sweet. I hope you're having a good time in Arizona. I wish I was there with you all next year. Hi, Mikio. Mikio's here from SRR Founder. Hi, sweetie. How are you doing? Oh, Tony. Hi, Tony. You will email. Okay, you found about the Explorer. Okay. Oh my gosh. I hope it's not bad news. And I want to hear about the Webasto. So definitely email me. Okay. Let's catch up through. We catch up privately. So yeah, definitely email me. I want to know how everything went there for you. So I look forward to that. Oh, you're in Tucson, Deborah. It's beautiful here today. Yeah, but yes, really hot in the summer. Do you know how many people are in Tucson, or what is the population there? The meds is what's holding you back, Nancy. Okay, and taking care of your mom. Yes, but hopefully you'll learn from my situation on getting through, how to work around it or through it, because or it just means you can't go as far. So I wouldn't, so if I didn't know that now I could get my meds through Arizona, then I would have to just stay within, like, I go a couple of months and come, and and then be able to come back or something. I don't know, but you just have to stay closer to your domicile. That's what definitely would have to do. But I'm finding a back door, hopefully, for my situation, waiting for the soggy grounds to dry up to get back. Okay, on your bill. Yes, I know. Oh, Webasto is awesome. Oh, good news, not bad news. Oh, I mean, you also know what I went through with that shackle mount, so I don't know. You're just hoping there's no other kind of structure defect or something going on with the van. Don't want that. Okay, so I think I got caught up finally with everything. All right, so anyways, I don't know if I'll lose more people. It doesn't, I've never been about the views. I've always been, I never will be. It's I want the people here that we love each other, we have each other's back, supportive, like a family. I've always said that, a community. If and I know I get people that come in and out, and or maybe they're looking for a certain thing, or if it's not current enough or whatever, there's also reasons. Or sometimes people will leave because you put out a video that maybe they don't like. Well, I always look at that, of what kind of people are those, because would you get rid of a friend every time you just have a disagreement? I mean, I have friends that we are not always going to agree on everything, but you learn to love each other, and that's okay. We don't agree, but let's move on, and look at all the other things we do agree on, right, in life. And so that's my view, and with those, I have, I don't have I've never been a huge quantity of friends in my life, but the friends that I have are dear. They're like strong. They're you can uh, love each other through disagreements. But you agree more than you disagree, obviously. But when you do come across that, you love each other through it, and you agree to accept the differences, and you move on. And that's kind of always been my philosophy. That's why I don't give into the trolls. Some people will use the trolls to make money. And so they just say, well, that's okay if they want to come in and hate on me or hate on whatever. And every time I get a view from them, it's putting money in my pocket. I'm sorry. I'm never going to have that philosophy. I really am not. Um, I just don't agree with that. I battle enough with my own physical body, and you know getting through each day in my life, stay mentally strong to deal with my medical issues and the challenges in life. I've been through too much in my past dealing with people, as you just saw, even this roommate situation, that they're just, honestly, they're not when they're that distorted in how they view things and how they want to hate on people. There's something just not right with them, and I'm not going to feed into that. I don't need to have those kind of people or that kind of energy in my life. I really don't. I'm not opposed, and there's times where I have comments where we're feeding back and forth, where I understand that even the people that are here, we're not going to agree on everything, and I keep those comments, and that's fine, because we're not going to, even the people that are here, we're not going to agree on everything 100% of the time, but it's a healthy disagreement. But the ones that come in there and they hate on you, or they might say, oh, you're just an e-bagger, when, like, hello, do you even really know me? You obviously don't know me. And and things like that. Or they just, they troll in. You just know that they're haters, they're trolling. I don't know why, but people just have this misconception of people that are traveling, why we're traveling. I also look way younger than my age. And so I'm on retirement age. I really am. I'm almost 60. And so people don't see that. They think I'm 40 years old. But even then, even if I was 40 years old, they don't understand that there's people out there that can make a living while being on the road. There's many people that have come up with different ways to support themselves being mobile in today's world. We have internet, we have we have hotspots, we have antennas. People stay in areas where they have reception to be mobile, right? And to make living. Sometimes people are computer designers. Some people are like the pet sitters that are mobile. There's even mobile dog groomers. There's mobile. I mean, we just live in a world, a technical world, that so many people can be on the road today and full time and make a living. But they jump to this wrong conclusion without even getting to know somebody, and then they want to hate on them. And those people I get rid of. I won't give them the time of day. I don't need a penny from them. I don't need them to watch my videos, because really I'm not making big money anyways. And but even then, I'm not willing to use them to climb up the ladder. That's just me. That's my personality. I think life is too short to have those kind of haters on your channel and in your life. Life is too short. I battle with my own physical body daily just to survive. The last thing I want to do is, bring in people like that and bring in emotional, abusive, and and I don't like people feeding off of that either, because that's what they want, and so anyway, so that's my view on that part of it. And so you guys will always know that that's always where, you know, and if I stay at this number, and I have a healthy group of people, and we all love each other, and we all support each other, then I'm happy, you know. But anybody wants to come in and understand my views, and wants to be a part of this, you know, community in this kind of way, then I love you, and I want you to be here. Okay. But that's that's me. And so make sure to, if you haven't looked at that video about the checking the video and posts, I will be posting some pictures, and I do want to get to that with positive messages and things that are be uplifting. I've been making notes of things that come to my mind, and and be uplifting and give encouraging words out there, because life can be hard. I mean, it's not easy, and there's ups and downs, and and yeah, I just want to, you know keep it I want to keep it real with my channel. And I also want to say that I hope to incorporate the drone. I got to learn about the drone too, right? I've got that going on, and that's kind of a little further down my list too. But I'm excited about incorporating a new editing software. Um, so when I get on the road, I could maybe bring a new twist in there. I'm hoping. Maybe making the clips more shorter clips along my journey. I think I lose people from the long clips that I used to do of traveling, but that's just me, because I go, oh my gosh, everything's so beautiful, I want to share everything. But not everybody wants, maybe more shorter bits of clips of so I don't know. You can tell me what you think about that. All right, so I'm going to look at comments one more time, and we're going to need to wrap things up. Nice to catch up. I know we need to get to a football game. What is the Wabasto Sunshine asked? 500,000 and over. I don't know. That's not me. Maybe. Oh, my views. Have I hit that already? Oh my gosh. Are you talking about, Deborah, my view? Oh, my views? Overall total views? I don't know. Maybe that's what I don't even look at my numbers. I really don't. I'll have to do that. Um, hmm. Quality over quantity works for me too, right, Mikio? I know, that's me. That's just always me. People have forgotten how to agree to disagree. So true. I mean, so true. And but remember, sometimes it's people's just there's some people out there that just feed off of cyberspace bullying, and YouTube is their way to sit behind a computer and just cyberspace bully. I don't understand how they get satisfaction out of that, honestly, because I don't get it. But again, I'm more of a I'm a kind person, And so, but remember, I said that kindness doesn't mean weakness. And so some people mistake that. And that's going to be one of the, I'm going to do a thing on one of my posts. It's going to come up with a nice little picture with that saying on there. So if you're a kind person out there, remember that does not mean weakness. Okay. And, but it just, not going to be deliberately mean, but we can stand up for ourselves. But there are people out there that just deliberately want to be mean. They just sit behind there. It makes them feel superior. It makes them feel bigger, I guess, in life. But really, in my eyes, it's not, I mean, I don't agree with it. I will never agree with it. I will never support it in any kind of way. And I will not use money from them. I don't even want their money. To me, it's evil money. It's meanness. And I don't need a penny from people like that. Right. And so that's how I stand. And yeah, so anyways, I'll get off. I'm just on a soapbox, I guess, on that factor. I guess it's just having, I don't know. Yeah, so we'll just leave it there. Um, yeah, your channel needs to be what you want it to be. Absolutely. I'll go down. There's the Mexico border down here in Tucson. Oh, you have Nogales, Mexico border in Tucson. You can get meds there. Oh, okay, that's nice to know. You can park on the U.S. side and walk across. Yeah, I know they do that outside of Yuma. So you can do that outside of Tucson. I didn't realize that. That's nice to know. I love you too, Fortunate. How, can you get Social Security? I'm disabled too. Well, you know how that goes. It's a long journey trying to get disability. And now there's a government shutdown. So if I wanted to get that going, who knows, this government shutdown. But I'm not sure if I'm up for it or not. I mean, I thought about it. I've been entertaining it, but there's a shutdown. If it's going to require me to be in Oregon for a longer period and stuck I don't know. I'm thinking about it, researching it, but I'm not sure if I'm up for it, long term, because it can take years to fight for it. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of, I don't know yet. I don't know which route I want to go. So, yeah, I know I don't want to be in Oregon that much anymore. I mean, I love Oregon, but I don't want it to be my domicile. So I don't know how that can play in it and if I can file, but I don't know. Yeah, so we'll see. Population in Tucson. So you're not okay. I'm at 466,300 views. Oh, thank you, Mikio, for looking. Kindness does not mean, here. Kindness does not mean weakness. Sorry. Yes. Sweetie, make your videos your way. It's your channel. It's your adventure. Thank you. Yeah, but I think I'm going to have fun with this new editor. I really do. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to, having more and more fun with it and creating and maybe doing a lot more of my journey along the way, but in smaller clips. And as you blend them together, I think I would like to try to learn that part and skill and doing that. So still showing the journey, but how they do clip, and then, they kind of piece it. So maybe kind of doing more of that stuff. Oh, 500,000. Oh, that's what you were saying in Tucson. I was thinking that was my channel views, but I'm 566. Okay. Well, so anyways, so the bottom line, so it says video delays and catching up. Okay. So that's kind of how I really wanted to talk about was, yeah, so I'll get some current stuff out there a little bit. Definitely you might not see as much content there as I had, or at least in the next month. Just give me a month, because of the setback. And I do have a video I'm starting to piece together, showing you as I've been organizing my van, some things that I've been doing, but I got to finish. I'm almost at the tail end of finishing this project. Also of showing the area around, and I took a walk further down. I want to talk about the floor. So I do have some ideas of that coming up. I'm still making some clips, but remember the priority too is I'll be keeping at least, I want to do at least once a week, of, if I can do twice, I might try to do twice, of the past video journeys of now coming into Oregon and some places like Boondock. You don't want to miss the next place I discovered on my journey. It's a good pit stop, but if you're ever coming through Oregon, I mean, it's a huge BLM campground that I discovered that wowed me, and the most incredible sunset I think I've probably seen while being on the road. It looked like the sky was on fire. So you don't want to miss that one when I get that one together. But so I kind of come to some places. When I get back with Kent, we go to the country jamboree. We boondock in some incredible places through the summer before we had to go our way in October. So I do have all of that for those that would like to see it. And I understand if my views aren't there because they are past videos. I am realistic about that, you know. And but again, I hope I don't lose anybody off of not releasing too many current stuff. I'll try to do some live feeds in between getting some current stuff out. But remember, I'm behind because of everything I've gone through. I need to really nail some important things in the next month, why I'm even here, because I can only be at this RV park until the end of April, then I have to be out, okay? By May, or May goes to daily rates, and I think they might have a weekly rate, but it's nowhere going to be at that monthly rate, so I won't be here at that point. I will probably go up and go boondock and have to keep coming down if I don't have my business done by then, but let's hope so, okay? So those are my deadlines. I wanted everybody to know what I'm faced against, but I would not trade being here at this RV park for anything right now, because it is giving me that solitude, the peace that I need to be able to get everything done, that I'm not like butting heads against somebody, you know, causing me headache and drama and oh my gosh, you know what I went through. So I need this right now to be able to get caught up on the things, and some things that I'm trying to get done on the van too, okay? All right, so with that in mind, I love you too, John. Oh, God bless you. So with that in mind, if we're gonna have to end this so we can all go watch the game. I have to still say good morning to Kent. Or now, what time? Oh my gosh, he's wondering. I'll let him know I did a live feed. A friend of mine died a few years ago, 54. Oh my gosh, of chronic heart failure. Well, oh my gosh, we're waiting for her disability to be approved. Yeah, that's awful. I know. And I've heard horror stories about that. And so it's so sad. Oregon Coast girl here out in the valley today, though. Oh, okay. Nice. How do you pronounce Malomir? Oh, bye, Irene. Okay, Tony's. Glad you caught me too. I know we're going to wrap things up and say goodbye. Have fun watching the game. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see if the Rams are up at the first game. I am going to watch the second game, but definitely hoping the Rams win this first game. Okay, so bye. All right, so I'll see you guys in another live feed. We'll see if I could do that next. Well, depending, I think it's the 3rd. I got to see what the date is actually, but it won't be Super Bowl Sunday, right? We're not doing it that day. So, but we'll work around it. Oh, you're a Patriots fan. Woohoo, you know. Yeah, I think this is going to be just a really exciting weekend game this weekend. We got some great teams playing. And yeah, so all right, so thank you for joining my feed. Thank you for your love, your support, emotional support through all of your comments and following my journey, sticking through the ups and the downs. And I really appreciate it. I really do. I'm really thankful. I call my community family. You guys really are the hardcore of my family that have just been with me no matter what. And that's really where it's at. It really is. And I hope I meet some of you on the road. I've been getting some emails out to some people. I'm careful about my email being out there too much publicly, but if I know you've been a long-term commenter and I trust you, I kind of give my email out. So hopefully I can make a connection with you on the road. But I'm just, again, that's just one of my things that I'm careful about putting out there too publicly, because I don't want a bunch of trolls out there, bugging me and in the wrong places. So anyway, but I have made some connections. I hope to meet some more people too out there on the road. So we'll see what happens too through that. Okay. All right, Mikiel. I love you. I love you all. You guys all, do I have a P.O. box where you could send me a card, trinket, and stuff? Well, Sunshine, if you email me, okay, at Irene's Van Ventures at gmail.com. I'll go ahead and put it out here, but I don't always put it out there too often, okay? Then I will, again, I'm not one to put that out there too publicly, because I can't have my box get filled up with a lot of stuff while I'm on the road. I really can't, and I don't have a forwarding. So so that's why I'm careful about that. But if you email me again at Irene's Van Ventures, so without the apostrophe, just keep it all one, Irene's Van Ventures at gmail.com, I will give it to you, okay? But I don't want it too much out there publicly because I gotta watch the quantity of mail that I get there, okay? Thank you. Thank you, Mikio. You got it, okay? But I don't mind the people that, have, the people that are watching this are obviously the people that are part of my family community. And so, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so hit the thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. Love you all. Have a great week, a great weekend. And thank you again for being here and following my journey. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end this. Bye-bye, everybody. I love you all. Okay, so I have to end it on this phone. And that's going to be interesting. How do I on the phone? Let's see. Let's see if they've changed how they used to have a little stop button, but they don't do that. There's a little X in the corner.